Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on the Mandalorian season finale. Whew, man, this has got to be probably my favorite episode of the Mandalorian in both seasons. I mean, this episode really blew me away and had me giddy at the end, especially. We'll get to all that, but just overall, loved the episode. Now, I'm going to get into heavy spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, go back, watch it, then come back to this video so you can hear my thoughts on everything, because I'm getting ready to put this episode on blast. So, here we go. I love the opening scene, the two ships fighting each other, because I had both of those ships when I was 10 years old or 12 years old. And I've had this battle in my bedroom as a kid, them ships fighting each other. So I loved all that, brought me back. I loved, Mandalorian getting the team all together, Boba Fett and that one Mandalorian girl. I loved the little fight they had in the bar scene, kind of, who's better than who kind of deal. I like that, because they're warriors. They're going to fight. So, and most of the time when you fight somebody, you usually become their friend afterwards. So that I loved all that. Um, we get to the Star Destroyer. Well, not the Star Destroyer, but the heavy cruiser or whatever you want to call it, Moff Gideon's ship, and then it is just on. From there on, they are just wiping everybody out, and I was just digging it. But I wish some stormtroopers were kind of good at what they do. We never get any good at what they do, stormtroopers. I really want that from Star Wars now, and I know it's weird to say, but I'm ready for them to do something right. But anyway, they start wiping everybody out. Mandalorian, he has to take on the Dark Troopers, which I love the Dark Troopers. They were exactly what I thought they were going to be, and they were just so Terminator-esque, and I really loved what they did with them. And the fight between that one and the Mandalorian I thought was awesome. Him beating his head into the wall, was just great. And you saw what a hard time he had with those. I mean, with that one guy. And then he releases them all back into space, and I knew they were going to come back because I knew they could fly. So I knew they were coming back later in the episode. And we get to that when they're on the bridge, and he's got Moff Gideon. He's done beat him, and which I thought was a really cool battle between him and the Mandalorian, and with the Darksaber and all that. And I know about the Darksaber lore, so Moff Gideon's right when he was telling him you have to win it in combat. And that's why Bo-Katan wanted Moff Gideon for herself, so she could beat him and take it, so she could be the leader of Mandalore. But as it stands right now, the Mandalorian, Mando, Jindarin, whatever you want to call him, he is now the leader of the whole Mandalore culture. So I don't know where they're going to go with that in season 3, but I'm excited to see what they do. But anyway, time to get the big elephant in the room out of the way, and that is the appearance of my favorite Star Wars character, and that is Luke Skywalker. I mean, when they were on the bridge trapped and those robots were, banging at the door and the X-Wing comes flying around, my very first thought was Luke Skywalker, but I was like, nah, they're not going to do that. They're pulling stuff from Rebels and Clone Wars, so I have a feeling it's going to be somebody else. And this is probably some Rebel soldier that's flying in. But no, sure enough, it lands and a cloaked figure comes out. And as soon as they showed the green lightsaber with the glove hand, because Luke lost it in Empire Strikes Back, I knew who it was. And man, he just starts wrecking shop. And I was literally at the edge of my seat. I could not believe what I was seeing, because, in the original trilogy, you get to see Luke grow into a Jedi, and he's finally a Jedi at the end of Return of the Jedi. But you never see him just go full on Jedi and just being a badass. And man, they gave it to me. And not only me, but they gave it to us. They gave it to you. Luke being Luke Skywalker. I finally got it. And it was awesome, guys. It was cool. Now, granted, I understand that the CGI was a little wonky on his face. It just went right by me. I didn't care. I was just so excited that they gave me what I've always wanted in Star Wars. For 40 years, I've wanted this, and this show has just given me everything I've always wanted since I was a kid. And it made me feel like a kid again watching this episode. So I really love the whole Luke Skywalker thing, and you got Mando, and Yoda's moment, where he takes his helmet off, and he sees his face, and Yoda like reaches out and touches his face. It was a touching moment. I mean, because the whole series, past 2 seasons, is about Yoda and Baby Yoda, Grogu, whatever you want to call him, and the Mandalorian. And now that they're kind of separated, Luke takes Baby Yoda, which I totally get and understand, and guys, it makes total sense that Luke Skywalker would be the one to see the signal that he sent a couple episodes ago. Because at this moment in time, 5 years after Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker is the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy. So who else to get it? So it made total sense to me, and it should to everybody else if you really know Star Wars. But anyway, let's get the second elephant in the room out of the way, and that's the post-credit scene. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it real quick and then come back to this video, because I loved this post-credit scene. And when, of course, it's back on Tatooine, and Boba Fett comes into Jabba's palace, and him and Ferrick just start taking out everybody. And, of course, big fat Bib Fortuna is sitting on the throne, and he apparently survived the whole incident in Return of the Jedi. And now he's running shop, and he tries to, hey, Boba, how's it going, buddy? Are you doing all right? I hadn't seen you in such a... Boom! Boba Fett just blows him away, and I loved it. And he just slumps over. Boba Fett just throws him over and sits on the throne. Guys, it was awesome. It's just something else that they gave me, Boba Fett getting ready to run the criminal underground. I cannot wait. And, it came up title card, Book of Boba Fett coming December 2021. I'm just so excited, guys. And I don't know if y'all know, but, Disney just released their whole, slate for the next 3 years. And it includes 10 Star Wars shows coming. And I'm excited about all of them. And I might make it, if you want me to, I'll make a video on the Disney release. Let me know in the comments below if that's what you guys want to see, and I'll do a video on it, because I'm excited about everything coming, guys. It's getting ready to amp up, not only in Star Wars, but the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just Disney just exploded last week with content they're getting ready to release. So I'm excited about all that. But anyway, love the post-credit scene. Love this episode overall. Really, guys, I love this entire season. It's definitely better than the first one. And I love the first season. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But it had a couple of episodes that I kind of didn't like. This season, every episode I loved. And they began strong. That first episode is my second favorite episode of the whole entire series. And then they ended strong. Then you just have, great episodes in between. But the beginning and the end, a perfect book ending of a season for Star Wars that I can even possibly have wanted or imagined. And I can't believe they gave me everything that I wanted. And it's just awesome, guys. And I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as, I did. Of course, I'm biased because it's my favorite franchise of all time. So I'm going to love anything Star Wars. Oh, and just to let you know, there won't be a video next week. I'm taking, the Christmas weekend off. And I'm going to be doing some housekeeping on the channel, cleaning up some of the stuff, getting rid of some of the older stuff, and making my new playlist for everything that I've done this year, because I've done a lot more editing stuff, and it's a lot better channel this year than compared to other years, in my opinion. So I'm going to do some housekeeping, make some playlists, and I'm going to do a video the first week of January on what's coming 2021 and what do you guys want. So look forward to that coming soon. But anyway, guys, that's what I thought. I'm going to stop rambling. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on this episode and the season overall. Loved it. But I want to know what you thought. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day, guys. And the only way to do that is to remember, the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!